Hello.
Hello, Bex. Okay. Ah, okay. Can you hear my voice, by the way?
Yes.
Mm, good. What happened? I already
Don't know.
remind your mom, right? That for today we will have a meeting.
We both forgot.
Okay, okay. All right. Can you turn on your camera?
No.
Not yet. Still cannot turn on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay. Uh, you learn anything new in schools?
Not really.
Not really. Still about. I forgot what's the material. It's about
Geometry.
geometry. Yeah. Triangle, something like that. Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. So for today topics, we will
Yeah.
learn about it, but more deep. Ah. So have you ever heard about Pythagoras?
Yes.
So what did you know about Pythagoras?
He really, really liked geometry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. He are into geometry such that
He found
create
out that
he
that if you
found
go
out.
from a corner to a corner of a square is farther than going from one side to another.
Yeah, geometry, basically Pythagoras found a formula, okay, to find a distance of the most optimal distance in for two lines to be meet gitu. For example, okay, I think I'm gonna share my screen, yeah. So coba. Mm, mm, mm. Where's the app? Ah, here you are. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Nah, jadi what is Pythagoras theorem? Ya, jadi kita mulai dari situ ya. So we start from
Yeah.
there. Nah, so for example ya, wait a minute. Jadi we start from a triangle ya. Jadi Pythagoras itu mana? Pythagoras theorem.
Oh, this one is about scaling right angle triangles, right?
Yes. So basically, Pythagoras
A
theorem.
two a to the power of 2 plus b to the power
Mm-mm.
of 2 equals c to the power of 2.
Good. Yeah. So that's the mathematical statement of the theorem, yeah. But I
Yeah.
want you to understand first about what it really means, gitu ya, without having any mathematical equations on it. I want you to really understand about it. Yeah. So basically, the literal meaning of Pythagoras theorem, ya, the bunyinya ya, bunyinya. So statementnya ya. Jadi according to Pythagoras, the square, yeah, according to Pythagoras, the squares of the longest side of a right triangle of a right angle triangle, right angle triangle, yeah. This is what we call the hypotenuse, yeah. So the longest side of a right angle triangle is what we call the hypotenuse, yeah, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Nah, jadi so basically what Pythagoras says that if you have, for example, like this, yeah. So for example, you have a right angle triangle, yeah. So based on the statement, yeah, this equation can only be applied to a right angle triangles. Okay. So for example, the triangle, aduh, kok jelek. Okay. Jadi right angle triangle itu is a triangle that has 90 degree angle on one of its sides gitu ya. So ini for
Yeah.
example, yeah, so for example, I label this side is A, this side is B, and this side is C gitu ya. Nah, according to Pythagoras, to find the C, you only need A and B. Gitu. So usually in a triangle, we need three sides to, we need the informations of the length of three sides to construct a triangle, right? But Pythagoras says that if it is a right angle triangle, gitu ya, a right angle triangle, atau dalam bahasa Indonesianya segitiga siku-siku, ya, segitiga siku-siku, ya. So a right angle triangle, to find the longest side of the right triangle, atau in this part is the C ya, the hypotenuse, itu tinggal pakai equation ini aja, is equal to the sum of the square of the other sides. Jadi makanya the sum of the squares of the other side. Jadi each of the sides are being squared and then being summed gitu. Jadi mathematically A square plus B square equal to C square. Nah itu. Nah, but in many cases application itu sangat luas. Yang paling the one that you might notice is the shortest distance between 2 points. Nah, jadi begini, Bex. For example ya, I want to go from here to here. Gitu kan ya? Nah,
Yeah.
you can have a lot of paths to go from point A to point B, right? You can have a path like this. You can have a path like this. You can have a path like this, right? Or even a path like this, right? So
Yeah.
you can have infinitely many paths from point A to point B. Yeah. But if I ask you, what are the shortest distance between these 2 points? Of course, intuitively, you can see that just put a straight line between A and B like this, right? But how do we find the length of this red line? Okay, so the way to do it is to create a triangle, a right triangle from it. How? Caranya adalah we connect the A and B horizontally first, like this. Ya, jadi kalau misalkan kita pengen mencari jaraknya, we want to find the distance between A and B. Let's create a triangle first, a right triangle. Caranya gimana? Caranya kita just create a right triangle gitu. The base is the distance of A and B horizontally, and the height is the distance between the A and B vertically. Ya. Jadi ini ya vertical distance-nya. And this is the horizontal distance-nya. Jadi by using this method, we are guaranteed to have the shortest distance. Makanya kenapa kita kalau jalan, coba salah satu for example ya, I have the side here is 5, I have the size here is 12 gitu ya. And if you calculate using the equation, which we will be discuss later, it will be 13 gitu ya. Nah, if you are going using the original path, for example, you are going through A, terus ini for example C-nya ya. So you go from A to C first and then C to B. What are the total distances being traveled, Max?
What?
For example, you want to go from point A to point B. Your path is from A and then to C and then from C to B. So what are the total distance traveled?
Full distance travel?
Jadi dari A ke B dulu nih lewat A to C first using this green line, going through that green line, and then from C to B using this green line also. So what are the total distance then? That
17.
17. Tapi if you are going straight to from A to B, so without having any transit, yeah, to C first, you see that the distance is 13, right? So compare 17, I just call it meter, and 13 meter. Which path that you will choose? Of course, you will choose the most minimal distance, right? Which is the 16 meter. So this is the hypotenuse. So that's why, even though the problem didn't state about the most maximal distances, but usually we use Pythagoras theorem to find the shortest distance between 2 points gitu ya. Gitu. Okay. For example, yeah, I'm gonna give you some example. If a triangle with if a right triangle have a side of, for example, 3 meter and 4 meter, for example, find the hypotenuse of the triangle. Can you answer it?
If a right angle have a side of 3 meter.
So I'm gonna draw it for you. Yes. So for example, I have this triangle. All right, a right angle triangle. Yeah. For example, the 3 is on here, the 4 is on here. Because it is a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the hypotenuse, which is this one, right? The C one, right? So according to the formula,
Yeah.
A squared, yeah, right? A squared plus
Mm-hmm.
B squared equal to C squared. How to find the C then?
To find the C. So first, 4 to the power of 2 is 4 times 4. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 plus 16 plus 9.
16 plus 9 equal to C squared. Okay. So C squared
Yeah.
equal to
Okay.
16 plus 9?
25.
25. So is this the final result?
Hmm. I think so.
But you have to find the C, not the C squared. So that's the
Oh,
trick.
so we need to find
Karena
same.
karena the sides is represented using C, right? Not C squared. Nah, kalau untuk dapat C-nya berarti gimana? To find
So we need to
only
find the root of 25, or was it?
Yes, good.
What times what itself is 25? Oh, it's
Yeah.
5. So
But
C
basically
equals
you
5.
root it. Yeah, you can simplify this by root both side with root of 2, right? Karena
Mm-hmm.
kenapa di root? Karena kan ini C squared jadi C, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this will become the root of 25 is what times what equal to 25.
What times what equals 25? 5.
5. Okay, good. So therefore the hypotenuse gitu ya. Nah, C itu apa? The hypotenuse. Karena yang ditanya apa? They want to find the hypotenuse. Therefore, yeah. So in your final result, therefore the hypotenuse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The hypotenuse is 5 gitu ya. Gitu. It can be 5 meter ya. Because they use meter as their unit, you can also use meter. Nah, what I also have to remind
Mm-hmm.
you that sometimes a root sometimes cannot be simplified. Yeah, so some note yeah. There are a lot yeah. Majority of roots cannot be simplified. Cannot be simplified. Cannot be simplified. Why? Because, for example, the root of 2. Can you find two numbers? If you multiply them, it will become 2. Can you find a number?
No.
No, yeah. So this
Well,
is what
technically, wait.
it must be an integer. Tapi kalau so well, you can use your calculator ya. Just use your calculator. It will give you if you find the root of 2. Yeah. If you search the root of 2, it will give you the approximations of the root gitu ya, not gives you the equal the equal things of it. Ya, because for example ya, ini kalau misalkan aku cari di Google, it says that the square root of 2 is approximately, ingat, remember ya, approximately itu mendekati, approximately 1.41356. Nah, try to multiply this. Kira-kira apakah akan jadi 2? Coba. Use your
Wait.
calculator. Itu bakal jadi 2 pas gitu nggak?
No.
No, right? So that's why this is only an approximation. Beda dengan the root of 25. Because 5 times 5 is 25 gitu. Nah, jadi nanti you will encounter a lot of roots that does not have a way to simplify it. So, how do you simplify it then gitu ya? Nah, sometimes you cannot find a direct number that can, if you multiply the number itself, it will become the number inside the root gitu ya. It's alright. Tapi ada beberapa things that you should notice gitu ya. So, how to simplify radicals. Nah, how to simplify radicals. For example, like this. The root of 72. Can you find two numbers? Can you find a numbers? If you multiply it by itself, it becomes 72. Can you find it? Coba.
What?
Can you find the root of 72? Coba. Ada nggak itu? The root of 72.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, apa nih? What are the number? Apa tuh? Bisa nggak?
This one is the solution is spit it out with square roots, by the way, or solve using square roots.
So you see that the solutions also comes in square root, but not the root of 72, right? Berapa itu hasilnya?
8.48528 and so on.
Oh, in decimals ya?
Yeah.
Oke. Nah, cuman biasanya begini, Bex. Ternyata, so even though, so you see that using calculator, the number is in decimal, right? So we know that it is irrational. Irrational number is a number that cannot be, remember? A rational number is a number that cannot be represented by using decimals nor a fractions. Gitu. So you just leave it as it is lah. Tapi there is way to simplify radicals ya. So this is what we call radicals ya. Root number itu radical. Nah, for example ya. Jadi you must remember the basic root gitu ya. The basic root, for example, I mean, you must remember the roots for small numbers ya. For basic number, for example, the root of 1 is 1. The root of 4 is 2. The root of 3, the root of 9 is 3. Karena kan kalau 3 di square itu jadi 9. Coba kalau 4 berarti kan, kalau 4 berarti apa? The root of apa, Bex?
Like search for the root.
The inside of the root. Nah, ini kalau ini inside-nya. Kalau misalkan
Yeah, we need to find the what's that? the thing for the root. So it's 4 times 4.
Which is?
Same 4 times 4 is 16.
Nah iya, jadi kalau misalkan you want to find the inside of the root, you tinggal ini aja. Tinggal square aja ininya. Gitu. Terbalik gitu. Kalau misalkan the root of 16 kan you have to find a number. If you multiply it by itself, it will become 16. Tapi kalau misalkan you already have the results of the root, ya to find the number inside the root, tinggal di square gitu. Nah, the root of 25 it's 5. The root of 36 it's 6 ya. So for example, if it's 7, so this is the root of 7 times 7, 49. Kalau ini berarti 64. Ini berarti 9 times 9, 81. And ini 10 times 10 is 100. Nah, so you must remember at minimum the root of this number gitu ya. For small number, or maybe you can also remember up to 20 lah ya. So for example 11 times 11 121. 12 times 12 times 12 is 100. Berapa tuh? 12 times 12 4 2 2 144 ya. 144. So for 13, if I'm not mistaken, 169. 14, if I'm not mistaken, 189. 14 times 14, 4. 16. 5, 1. 4, 1. Oh, 196. Sorry. 196. 5 times 5 is 125. It's 15. And so on, ya. At minimum, you have to remember this, ya. Nah, kenapa? Because it will be used to simplify radicals. Ternyata if you are clever enough ya, 72 itu bisa dipecah menjadi apa? Bisa dipecah menjadi 2 times 36. Nah, nih aku mungkin lupa kasih tahu nih ya. So, extra property ya, property for radicals. Aku lupa kasih tahu ini. Jadi ternyata begini, Max. The root of A times B itu bisa jadi, to find the root, itu bisa kamu simplify jadi the root of A times the root of B. Jadi kalau misalkan ada the root of 15 times 15, oh jangan, the root of 9 dengan 36, ini untuk cari rootnya kamu jangan multiply. Kamu bisa distribute the root gitu. Jadinya the root of 9 times the root of 36. Nah, the root of 9 kamu tahu di sini kan berapa? The root of 9 itu 3. The root of 36 itu 6. Gitu. Jadi sini 6. Nah, jadi you can find the answer more direct gitu ya. More faster.
Okay.
3 times 18. Nah, itu yang pertama. Kedua, the second one, the root of A plus B plus minus saya itu tidak sama dengan the root of A plus minus the root of plus minus the root of B. Not equal ya, not equal. Jadi for example ya, the root of A, the root of, ya let's just use the same example, 9 plus 36. So it will become the root of 45, right? Nah kalau kita compare sama the root of 9 plus the root of 36, ini kan berarti jadinya berapa? 3 ditambah 6 ya kan? Ini jadinya 9. Nah, you can see clearly that the result are different ya. The one here is the root of 45, the one here is 9. Nah, jadi ini harus, so you cannot simplify two radicals plus minus radical by separating the roots ya. Gitu. Nah, it's also
Okay.
apply for the division. Division apply similarly to the ini ya, to the multiplication ya. Jadi basically biasanya begini Bex. Sifat yang ada pada plus and minus itu biasanya sifat yang ada pada plus itu kemungkinan besar akan juga apply to the minus. Nah, sifat yang apply to multiplication biasanya juga akan apply ke division. In a lot of cases gitu ya. Jadi nggak cuma roots gitu. Gitu. Jadi kalau misalkan the root of A divided by B, nah ini juga bisa didistribute jadi the root of A divided by the root of B. Contoh kalau misalkan ya the root of 100 and the root of 36. Nah, ini berarti kita harus mencari berapa? The root of 100, maybe we can simplify this ya. Ini bisa menjadi berapa nih? If we divide it by 4, for example, this will become 25, it will become 9 gitu ya. Now, what are the number if you multiply by itself, it will become 25 over 9. Fractionnya berarti kan ini 5 over 3. Ya enggak? Karena 5 over 3 times 5 over 3 itu 25 over 9. Nah, berarti ini kan 5 over 3. Nah, kalau misalkan kita buat hitungan terpisah nih, using this property ya, ini kalau kita manual, ini kalau kita using the property, so the root of 100 divided by 36, ini bisa jadi the root of 100 divided by the root of 36. Berapa? 100 itu adalah 10. Divided by 36 itu adalah berapa? 36 itu adalah 6 gitu. Nah, ini bisa disimplify. Divide both with 2 gitu ya. 5 over 3. Sama. Di sini sama di sini. Oke? Paham ya, Bex ya?
Paham.
Nah, we go back to simplify or radical ya. So, the root of 2 times 36, ini berarti jadi gimana, Bex? Which one that we use? Which property that we use? That we will use? The first one, the second one, or the third one?
First.
The first one, ya, because it's a multiplication. Nah, therefore kita bisa simplify ini jadi the root of 2 times the root of 36. Now, of course, we know that the root of 36 is 6, ya nggak? So, 6. Nah, in the other hand, the root of 2 itu memang tidak ada. Bukan tidak ada, irrational. Nah, since it is irrational, so just leave it as it is. Nah, so this is the most simplified form of the root of 72. Nah, ini kenapa lebih disukai gitu Bex dibanding why don't we just write it as the root of 72 gitu? Why do we have to simplify the radical gitu? Nah, karena begini, it will first help us to simplify more complex radical. So for example, you have a lot of radicals gitu in one expression gitu. Nah, in a glimpse, maybe it cannot be simplified more gitu because it haven't been simplified yet gitu. Tapi after it being simplified ternyata bisa dicoret gitu. Karena kan coba sekarang kamu pakai kalkulator kamu, so use your calculator, coba compare the decimal value, the approximation value for the root of 72 sama the root of sama 6 times the root of 2. Kira-kira sama nggak? Coba. Just try.
Ya.
Sama.
Yes.
Sama atau beda?
Sama.
Sama. Kalau the root of 72 itu berapa? Decimalsnya, approximationnya.
Approximationnya si alternative formnya itu minus 8.485228 and over
Huh?
and over and
Minus?
over again.
Are you sure? Minus?
Yeah, minus
Masa sih?
8 point. Wait, no, wait. X1, kind
Oh,
of similar is minus 8.48528 over and over again. X2.
oh, kamu menuliskannya di kalkulatornya gimana? Jadi akar 72 begitu.
No, I wrote x to the power of 2 equals 72. Search for x.
Nah itu kenapa? Jadi begini, Bex.
Yeah.
Jadi kalau misalkan kalau kamu kan mencarinya x squared equal
Mm-hmm.
to 72, 72, ya kan?
Yeah.
Nah, kalau ini it has two solution. It has two solution. Nah, atau kita yang lebih gampang deh. Kalau misalkan x squared equal to 36, so this is the original problem ya. X squared equal to
Yeah.
36. Nah, kalau seperti ini,
Yeah.
kita berarti we have two solution. Yaitu ketika x-nya adalah 6 sama x-nya itu minus 6. Karena kalau kamu cek x equal to minus 6, memenuhi nggak? Minus 6 times minus 6 itu sama-sama 36, benar nggak?
Yeah.
Nah, tapi kalau misalkan the original problemnya adalah the root of 36, itu answer-nya always positif. Nah, itu
Oh,
kenapa?
then itu technically, so I can use the x1 as long as I use the what's the name? The alternative form that is positive.
Yes, karena rule-nya itu kalau nggak salah coba kamu cari ya. So, root itu kita selalu pakai principal solution-nya. Nah, kamu bisa cari tuh, principal solutions of a root gitu. Nah, memang ada yang memperdebatkan, Bex. Nah, ini menarik. So, if we see the history gitu ya. Not maybe bukan history sih, mungkin lebih ke a debate among mathematician gitu, whether a root can yield a positive, can have a negative result or not gitu. A root ya, kita bicara root sini. Kalau misalkan ini square, kalau di original problemnya itu x square, nah itu udah pasti tuh, udah pasti memang it has two solution, karena memang if we insert it into the original equation ya itu memenuhi sama-sama 36 kan. Tapi when it comes to square root gitu ya. So our original problem kan kita bilang bahwa root itu adalah we have to find a number, if you multiply it by itself it will become the number inside the root, right? Itu pengertian
Yes.
kita kan. Nah, tapi kalau
Yeah.
misalkan if we see it in if we see the square root of, for example ya, the square root of let's just say that the number is arbitrary gitu ya. It can be x gitu ya. Let's just call it x gitu. We don't know the number. So let's just call it x gitu ya. So the square root of x itself gitu ya. If we see it from the aspect of this expression as a function fx gitu ya. Fx itu a function ya. Jadi so it's like kind of a machine gitu ya. Nah, jadi kalau kita melihat the square root of x as a machine, as a function, ternyata there is a condition, an explicit condition, that when you have a square root in your machine, in your function, the inner side, the x here, always positive. And thus, the result will also be positive. The square root will also be positive. Nah, kenapa? That's why. Kenapa the root itu selalu hasilnya positif? Karena mereka mathematician itu menganggap bahwa root itu is a function. Gitu. Jadi the definition of root yang kita pakai itu sebetulnya kurang tepat sebetulnya. So if I'm being honest ya. Nah, jadi the precise way to define a square root itu is as a function gitu, as a machine. And a machine has a criteria gitu. What are the inputs, what are the outputs gitu kan. Nah, jadi that's why kalau misalkan kamu mau mencari a root of a number, always take the positive ya. Kalau you are using this equation ya.
Yeah.
For roots gitu ya. For roots. Nah, gitu. Oke? Nah, jadi kalau kamu mencari nih 6. Nah, ini kalau misalkan the root of 70 itu kalau kamu carinya di kalkulator, maksudnya directly the root of 72 gitu ya, without using the square root of the square of x squared equal to 72 gitu. Kalau misalkan kamu pakai itu ya pasti akan ada dua solution gitu. Karena dia peduli he care about the original solution gitu. Original solutionnya kan x squared. Nah, tapi kalau misalkan dia pakainya roots, dia akan memandang itu sebagai sebuah function dari awal. Oke, mengerti, Bex? Ya, ini mungkin terlalu sulit. Nah, cuman kira-kira kurang-kurang begitu. Nah, jadi the idea of simplifying a radical itu seperti itu, Bex. Jadi you must find, oh kira-kira 72 ini bisa dijadikan the multiplication of what number gitu. Nah, multiplicationnya jangan sembarang juga. Gitu, karena the better your multiplication, nah itu akan lebih efektif untuk simplify-nya. Kenapa? Karena misalkan seperti ini. Simplify, so for example ya. Kalau misalkan aku kasih seperti ini, Bex, misalkan. The root of simplify the root of wait a minute. Wait a minute. The root of 140. Jangan. The root of 324.
324.
Nah, ini gimana? Nah, jadi your first thought itu jangan cari langsung kira-kira what are two numbers that if you multiply it by itself gitu akan menjadi 324. Jangan. Instead, coba kamu cari dulu ininya, perkaliannya apa. Ya kalau dipecah gini kan jadi lebih enak. Oh, ini 6 gitu ya. The root-nya 6 gitu. Nah, tapi kalau ini kira-kira gimana?
It's maksudnya for 324.
Coba kamu jadikan dia perkalian dengan yang misalkan yang dalamnya 4 atau dia 9 atau 16. Coba kamu pakai kalkulator deh, coba boleh deh pakai kalkulator gitu. Jadi sebisa mungkin the multiplication itu kamu jadi 18.
18.
Ya langsung ketemu ya. Kalau
Iya.
pakai kalkulator sih iya ya. Oke,
Iya.
mungkin jangan 324. Oke. Salah strategi. Oke, mungkin
No
jadinya
calculator.
mungkin jadi seperti ini ya. The simplify the root of 90. Nah, udah. Seperti ini. Nah, kalau ini aku jamin hasilnya dia akan ada radicals-nya, tetap ada radicals ya. Nah, coba. Coba simplify. Simplify itu bukan diubah jadi decimal, bukan. Tapi I want you to make the radicals become as minimum as possible. Kalau misalkan ini kan radicalnya 72. Nah, kalau ini kan radicalnya 2. Nah, ini kan lebih enak gitu ya. Nah, kalau seperti ini biar mana nih caranya radicalnya minimum?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Three, and then root 10.
Oke, kenapa bisa 3 sama 10?
So first we write the expression as a product where the root of one of the factor can be evaluated. Then we can write the expression in an exponential form with the base of 3.
Oke.
And then the root of a problem, the root of a product is equal to the product of the roots of each factor.
Oke, berarti 90 itu the product of what? Kan kamu harus tuliskan dulu tuh dia sebagai produk dari apa. Ini kan kalau ini kan 72 is a product of 2 times 36. Nah, kalau misalkan 90, nah kira-kira it's a product of numbernya apa?
Alternative form nah maksudnya.
Bukan. Jadi kan in order to simplify a radical, we have to write the number as a product of two number, right? So for example, in this one is 2 and 36. Nah, kalau misalkan 90 itu product of what gitu? What times
this one? It's 3 to the power of 2 times 10.
Oh ya, which is 3 to the power of 2 kan berapa?
9.
Nah, jadi kamu tulis dulu nih. 9 times 10. Baru kamu pakai sifat yang tadi, property of radicals-nya. Bahwa if you have a multiplication inside your radicals, it can be separated into a separate root gitu. Jadi that's why ini kenapa jadinya the product of 9 times 10 can be written as the root of 9, the root of 10. Berapa the root of 9?
The root of 9 is 3. And
3.
then for 10, 10.
Nah, bisa nggak nih dicari?
No. So
Atau
just
jangan-jangan
3.
bisa di
Ya, langsung aja 3 sama itu 10.
Nah, tapi kira-kira can the root of 10 also be simplified juga ternyata? Bisa nggak kira-kira? Maksudnya kira-kira gitu. Dengan
Technically
metode
yes, but you cannot write it all.
Nah, berarti jadinya gimana?
Do
Jadi
you want to
kira-kira
do it
bisa nggak?
again? Like how we did to the 90? Do you want to do it again to the 10?
If possible.
If possible.
If possible. Nah, what do you think? Is it possible or not? Apakah
I
ternyata
think we can do what's the name? Let's say 2 times 5. 10 is what's the name?
Kalau 2 times 5 itu kan berarti jadinya the root of 2 times
the root of 2 times the root of 5.
Nah, tapi masalahnya the root of 2 ini ada nggak yang bisa disederhanakan? Maksudnya biar
No.
radicalsnya Nah, nggak ada. The root of 5?
No.
No juga. Nah, jadi kamu sudah berhasil menyederhanakan radicals when you come to the point where
Cannot then simplify the then you think more, right?
Yes, true. Gitu. Jadi sebetulnya misalkan begini, Pex. Kalau ini kan enak ya. Kamu once sekali kamu pecah, once you change it to become a radical, kamu udah dapat final formnya kan. Tapi kadang-kadang bisa juga simplify-nya itu nggak se-smooth itu. Misalkan simplify-nya aku ganti pertama ya 120. Nah kalau 120, jangan deh 160. Jangan. 200 maybe. Oke, 200. Boleh.
200? Alright.
Nah, misalkan I want you to write it as a product of 4. Jadi 4 times what yang hasilnya 200. Kira-kira apa? Ayo. Pertama, I want you to write it as a product of 4 first.
Product of 4, like 4 times something.
Yes, 4 times what equal
4
to
times
200.
50.
4 times 50. Nah, berarti ini bisa disederhanain nggak?
Yes.
Jadi the root of
4
4,
times
right?
50.
The roots of 50. Nah, the roots of 4 itu berapa?
2.
2. Nah, sekarang kita punya the root of 50. Nah, sekarang kamu coba lagi. Kira-kira the root of 50 ini bisa nggak disederhanakan jadi another product gitu? Kira-kira bisa nggak? Nah, coba. Product of what? Gitu.
Let's do 2 times 25.
2 times 25. Nah, berarti ini kan jadinya the product of 2, the product of, ini 25 ya kan?
And 25 is 5 times 5. Or 5 to the power of 2.
Ya, which is the root of 25 berapa?
5.
5. Berarti ini simplify formnya gimana? Kan udah punya nih kita seperti ini.
So the simplified form should be yeah, I think that's it. 2 times you don't really need the multiplication though. I think you can like squeeze them together. I think that's the simplest
Nah,
form if I remember.
ini kan ini ya, Bex ya. Ini kan number, ini a number.
Yeah?
Nah, bisa dikaliin dong, ya nggak? Jadi ini 2 times 5. Ini root of 2.
Oh. 2 times
Jadi
5 is 10, so it's 10 something 2.
root of 2. Nah, jadi begini. Jadi once you already simplify this gitu ya. Nah, kamu bisa kumpulkan yang angka dengan yang angka, yang roots dengan yang roots gitu. Nah, ini kan lebih enak, ya nggak? Kamu punya, kenapa lebih enak? Karena you have a number and you also have one radicals. Gitu. Jadi kalau misalkan seperti ini kan kamu punya two numbers, kan agak confusing ya. Jadi kenapa kita nggak simplify dengan cara kaliin aja? Gitu. Nah, you see ya, jadi the process of simplifying itu sometimes gak harus kamu langsung perfect dapat yang sekali coba gitu. So, nah walaupun sebetulnya kamu bisa dari awal nih, the root of 200 itu sendiri, kamu bisa langsung tuliskan dia sebagai berapa ya? 100 times 2. Ya nggak? Bisa nggak?
Yeah.
Nah, kalau begini kan langsung. Nah, the root of 100 berapa? 10. 10 akar 2. Udah langsung, sama kan? Tapi you see that apapun produknya, whatever the product is gitu ya, eventually it will give you the final answer gitu. Walaupun memang kalau ini kamu you have to do 2 step ya. Kamu harus produkin yang ini, kamu harus produkin yang 50 gitu. Tapi kalau misalkan ini kan kamu you just need to do one time product gitu. Oke?
Okay.
Oke. Nah, mungkin kita we're gonna take a break for maybe 5 minutes ya. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
prayer first and then we're gonna continue. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, Max.
Okay. Hello, Bex. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. We're gonna continue. Oke. Tadi kita terakhir sampai mana? Sampai mana kita? Sampai ngantuk ya?
Enggak.
Oke. One last material. Kita akan
Oke.
7 menit lagi. 7 menit lagi, oke? After that we're done, oke?
Oke.
Oke. Jadi Pythagoras theorem ya. Yang penting kamu tahu. So as long as you
Yang tadi
understand
itu.
meaning. Jadi nanti ketika kamu nanti dapat nih misalkan, nih kamu dapat misalkan soal given a triangle as follow. Jadi kalau misalkan kita punya triangle seperti ini. Nah, ini. Nah, sekarang yang kita tahu hypotenuse-nya sekarang. Jadi misalkan ini aku kasih sembarang ya. I'm just gonna give you a random number ya. So 15, ini 7 gitu misalkan. Nah, find the A for example. Find the A. Nah, kamu berarti caranya gimana nih? Kan you know that the rule is A squared ya kan? Plus B squared pasti kan? Equal to C squared. Nah, sekarang kamu taunya hypotenuse-nya. Nah, berarti jadinya gimana, Bex? Kalau seperti ini. Berarti ini asumsikan aja this is the B, this is the C gitu. Ya nggak? Benar nggak? Nah, berarti habis itu gimana?
So it's literally just x squared plus b squared equals c squared. Find x, right?
Find the A.
I mean find yeah, A.
A. Okay. Nah, kan you already knew the B, you already knew the C. Nah, berarti gimana sekarang?
So B, so it's apa nih? C minus B.
C minus A
B.
squared. Nah, ini kan kita pindah ruas ya. Remember ya, pindah ruas ya. Atau
B squared, C squared minus B squared.
Equal to?
A squared.
A squared. Jadi A squared equal to C squared minus B squared. Nah, kamu tulis lagi. A squared ya. Jadi jangan lupa yang kita hitung ini. Nah, biar kita mau dapat A-nya, kita akarkan kedua ruas ya nggak? Nah, berarti kamu dapat yang di kiri itu jadi A. Nah, kalau begini kamu sudah pastikan bahwa nanti yang kamu dapat adalah hasil akhirnya. Jadi jangan lupa di root. Jadi kalau misalkan kamu langsung nih A squared, C squared minus B squared, terus kamu hitung nih C squared minus B squared-nya, tapi kamu lupa root, itu hasilnya jadi salah. Itu. Karena yang mau dicari apa? Find the A. Kita nggak butuh A squared. Kita butuhnya A. Gitu. Jadi kalau menurut aku, kamu dari awal, root dari awal. Oke? Nah, kalau ini kan A squared di root ya A. Nah, ini nggak bisa nih jadi C minus B. Salah ya? Nggak bisa ya?
Iya.
Jadi tetap C squared minus B squared. Kecuali C times B squared. Nah, kalau seperti ini bisa, Bex. Karena kan kamu bisa jadi apa? The root of C squared, the root of B squared, ya nggak?
Ya.
Nah, begini bisa jadi C times B gitu. Tapi kan kalau ini minus gitu. Nah, berarti kamu harus hitung manual. Nah, berarti the root of C-nya berapa? 15. Kamu masukin 15. Ya, gimana coba? Kasih tahu aku, coba. Berarti?
Oke. Berarti
So, tell me.
15 squared. So, find the root. So 15 squared, 15 times 15, right?
15 squared minus 7 squared ya?
Yeah. 7
Berarti
squared.
15 itu berapa?
So that means, I'm saying 15 times 15 minus 7 times 7. which
Right.
is 15 times 15 is the same. 125, right?
Hmm. 125. Are you
Oh wait,
sure?
no. Hmm. Hold up. Uh, 15 times 15 is 225.
Good. 225 minus berapa nih?
7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49.
49. Berarti jadinya berapa? The root of 225 minus 49 itu berapa?
176. 176.
Nah, kira-kira 176 itu can be simplified furthermore apa enggak? Ingat, simplify itu masuk
Yes.
ini. Jadi seperti ini.
Yes. It
Oh,
will be
gimana?
radical, right?
Radicals.
So,
Product of apa dulu nih? Coba.
Let's say 88 times 2.
88
Times 2.
times 2. Oke. 88 ya?
88 times 2.
Oke, boleh lah. 88 times 2. Nah, terus kamu mau apa ini? Jadinya the root of
They separate.
88. Nah, terus gimana? Kalau the root of 2 kan, of course, cannot be simplified furthermore, ya kan?
Yeah, but 8, if I remember, you can. Oh, wait, you can't.
Are you sure?
Hold up, let me check. Well, technically, you could do this thing again. So 88 becomes same. Instead of the alternative form, the 80 the thing of 88 is also radical. So it's same. Root of 22 times same. Root of 22. 2 next to root of 22. Yeah.
Times
220. So it's 220. Same. 222 times 2.
Oh, like this.
Root 222. Yes, times 2. Root of 2, by the way.
Apa?
Square root.
Apanya?
So what's it? Here. I was saying 2, then square root of 22 times square root of 2.
Like this.
Yes.
Oke. Nah, aku maunya rootnya cuma 1. Nggak mau ini ada 2 root. Nah, ini gimana jadinya? Tapi ini sama nggak? Coba. I think you have to verify. Kalau seperti ini apakah... Oh. Never mind. Nggak jadi. Lanjut. Nah, aku ya udah. Oke. Aku maunya cuma ada 1 root. Nah, ini gimana caranya biar... Ini kan you have 2 roots here, right? The roots of 22 and the roots of 2 gitu. Nah, I just want 1 root. Nah, so how do you simplify these 2 roots menjadi 1 root?
Currently the thing on my mind is either combine the 22 with the 2. I mean square root of 22 with square root of 2. Or I have something else to do.
Nah, I think the first one is enough. Coba kalau the first one ini gimana? Multiply-nya gimana?
The thing is, what's it? We need to make it so that because 222 is something else, so we can't just put 2 instantly with the 22 and make it into 24. We can't
Gini.
do that.
Remember, jadi properties ini sifatnya dual side. Jadi you can change from this to this. Atau if you have this, you can change it to this. Nah, ini kan kamu you have two products of root. Nah, berarti bisa dijadikan satu product of root.
Oh.
Nah,
So just make it into 2 square root of 22 times 2.
Which is 22 times 2 is
22 times 2, 44.
Nah, jadi itu yang penting ya, Bex ya. Jadi these properties itu sifatnya two sides. Jadi you can, karena this is equal sign kan. Equal sign artinya yang di kiri bisa jadi yang kanan bisa jadi yang kiri. Nah, sama. Seperti yang ini, kamu bisa ubah yang kanan jadi yang kiri. Yang kiri bisa jadi yang kanan. Gitu. Jadi kalau misalkan kamu punyanya the root of 10, this is the root of 5 gitu ya. Nah, ini bisa jadi the root of 10 over 5. Berapa? The root of 2. Gitu.
Oke.
Jadi two side ya. Always, kalau misalkan ada tanda equal, itu artinya the rule goes by two side. The properties implies a two-side connection. Okay? Okay. I think that's the last, That's the last material for today. I'm gonna turn off the screen first. Okay, I think that's the last material for today. I think you're good for this materials. So maybe I have to consider, I don't know, there will be a quiz, regarding about exponent, root, and Pythagoras theorem. But I think maybe it will be on Thursday, not Monday, So you can still have your weekend, enjoy it. So maybe on Thursday, but we'll see about it later, yeah? Okay? Okay, so we will end our meeting for today. Thank you for your participation. Okay, bye-bye, Max. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.